is it becoming a thing now where artists have the guy that handles their sound? I know AKA had Robin.
Because each software is just unique and different in how you'd work in and around it. It forces you to arrive at a certain place in a different manner.
How do you guys feel about different mixes on a project? What is going on, gentle brothers?
Yo.
It's been
What
an
it
age.
do?
It's been an age. But we here. We never left. We're still here.
We're back.
We're back. Thought something looked different there. But in case you guys have forgotten who we are, from your right of the screen, who are you, good sir? Yeah, right.
That'll be me.
Yes.
It's Leroy in the house. Yeah, it's just Leroy today. It's cold, bro. It's cold.
Okay. And who else? Who else we have here?
And to my
Hey. To your, is it left or right? It's left for me.
to left, yeah.
It would be left.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Russ, back on the pod. So excited to be back, guys. It's been way too long. To the left of me.
It is
Who that?
I, ODI, ODD as well. Yeah. Yeah, man. Excited to be back. Quite a bit has gone on. Russ has had a birthday as well.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a confetti. Give him the confetti.
I must give him the
We have it.
Also, I saw something today on Instagram, or try not to date these episodes, but saw something on Instagram where I think, Leroy, you have a little announcement. Not an announcement, but a little achievement of something that you've worked on recently.
I saw it
snap,
too.
this guy. Oh
I
wait,
saw it
yeah.
too.
My phone is currently recording now, so I can't double check it. But yeah. Oh wait, can I do it on the work phone? Younger Chief's record, What If,
Yeah.
is now. What if Ghani remains the only single released by a South African hip hop artist in 2025 to sit on the #1 SA official singles chart? So it was released in February, and the song is still sitting on #1. That's pretty dope.
No, bro.
Shout
That's
out,
pretty
shout
dope,
out.
bro.
Shout out to everyone involved. Shout out to
Shout out to everyone involved, definitely, yeah.
and to our own Bruce. I guess for the just of the segment, he can be Elroy.
Just for this piece, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Nah, shout out.
We'll
man.
go
I
with
mean,
that one.
how does it feel to, like, when you see stuff like that, stuff that you worked on, and yeah, how does it feel for you?
It feels really dope, man. It's quite humbling. It's also like, wow, to think like this string we were working on. You don't think it's gonna it's gonna run for like this long. Yeah, just put in the best work at the time, and now we're here. Yo, yeah,
That's what's up. And
yeah,
I think
man.
like, I think things like that, or things like this, that it kind of shows us that hip hop isn't dead in South Africa, right? It's yes, Amapiano is doing his thing, or whatever the case might be, but that doesn't mean that hip hop is dead. And there's still space, there's still room.
Yeah.
The people still want it, clearly.
Yeah.
You know. But I think that the fact that I think people just want good music, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what really makes it stand through. A good song will always be a good song, whether it's released in 1990 or 2025 or 2050 or something.
2050.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think, and maybe this kind of question, we should kind of an origin story for it's kind of an origin story question type thing. But like, why did you guys get into mixing or into this field, into this space? What made you get here, and
Wow.
why mixing?
I gotta think about this one for a bit.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
if you really want to go origin story, it all started in high school for me.
yeah.
Yeah, it was high school. I was in the school band and then started recording. I wanted to be a rapper, yeah, and then I needed beats, and then I started making beats. I think I've said this part before.
Hmm.
And then what was that? What else was happening? Yeah, and then it was just that. And then at some point, my dad was like, "Why don't you try the sound engineering thing?" Shout out to my dad for that. And then we went to a bunch of studios, and then landed up at Rap, which is where obviously ODD was where you and I met as well. And then what was recording, producing, recording, producing. Mixing was just it's more challenging, and then I think that's what makes it more worthwhile, I guess. The challenge of basically taking a song from the rough and really polishing it up and making it as big as you can get it, and then you put it out and then see how long it can run. That's the magic that keeps bringing me back to it, man.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's fire. Yourself, Russ?
Similar to Leroy. I think high school, it was actually out of frustration, to be honest with you, just releasing tracks that sounded trash, and just being like, man, how do we go from this to what we hear, And I think we're listening to a lot of Tyler, the Creator at the time, and it was like, man, how do we get our songs to sound like that?
Mm.
Mm.
And I actually didn't know what mixing was until November 2016 at the end of first year. So at Cape Audio, towards the end of the year is when you like do the mixing and mastering lecture to mix and master your final like band recording. And we did this mixing lecture, and I was like, oh, so that's what this is the process that gets the song. And yeah, that was it, man. Ever since then, just been pursuing just the sound that I hear in my head.
Um,
Yeah.
before I jump into mine, um, like, okay, cool. Now that you guys were in it, right, and the
Yeah.
bug bit, and you're like, yeah, this is it. Um, were they like, what's the word? Like goals or achievements that things that you'd like to achieve in this space, in this field?
More V1 approvals, I think was always the
Yeah.
That's the
that
dream,
was
yeah.
that was mine, just V1s. Look, the accolades and stuff, I think there's always it wasn't really an accolade thing. Like I said, for me, frustration really and just trying to chase a sound. But the accolades, the more you stay in the industry, you realize there's a lot more to it than just you mixing and delivering a great mix. It's a lot of things. Is the artist on a good label that gives them enough traction to even be recognized, enough to get nominated? Even that
Yeah.
stuff gets bought sometimes. So
Hmm.
chasing the accolades is sort of like fruitless in my opinion. So the goal for me was just really trying to get to a point where I'd become a go-to for whoever I worked with. And those V1 approvals, man, was the big thing for me, which, yeah, as we all know, is few
Yeah.
and far between.
Yep. Yourself, Leroy,
Totally.
anything or similar?
It's very much similar. And then a little bit of something like, because at the time coming up, I was really into Dr. Dre and like how he basically put himself in the industry as sort of, he created his own sound. And so it was because I'm producing as well, so I was also trying to get to that point, basically define sound or have a sound that becomes a trend in the industry of some sort. That would be like the if I was trying to be the celebrity part, but over that now. Now I'm just trying to make music. I'm back to my enjoying music, making music to enjoy music phase and era, and I think that's where I found peace in this whole thing. This
Yeah.
whole yeah, journey, man.
Yeah, I think, look, the reason why I also didn't say my piece yet before, because I think, like, yeah, we do have similar feels, and I think that's why we all connect. But yeah, similar for me, it was, I mean, I thought I was going to go into software development, right? My final project at school for, I think the kids call it IT now, but for us it was computers high grade. Aging myself. But my final project for the year, we had to program something, and we had the whole year to do it. So I chose to make my own media player. So I made my own media player, and it was all about the music. And but still, I was like, hey, IT, software development, analyst, or whatever. And then my pops as well. After high school, went to waitering, bartending. I was about to sign, or not sign, as if I'm like an artist or a soccer player or something. But I was about to start the course at CTI for software. We had like a braai with the people in the class. It was a class of 10. And I'm like, these guys, fine, we're playing what's up, Counter-Strike, then having the braai. These oaks are like, yeah, what's in your PC? What's this? I was like, nah, I can't do this. I'm like, this is not me. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. Then, yeah, then my dad's like, why don't you just do sound? Your cousin works at Supersport. I was like, okay, cool story. What's that got to do with anything? And then he's like, because his brother, at the time, I didn't know, he had, I think, just Luanda Gokwan playing is a trumpet. So I didn't know he was doing this thing in the space. And had I known, I probably would have reached out. But that's like, yeah, sound. I'm like, oh, you don't know anything. Yeah, I was like, I'm like, nothing. And then I met Wayne de Villiers. Remember Wayne?
Oh yeah,
I met Wayne.
cool guy.
Yeah, and he was like, yo, man, there's this thing here. I tried Damlin. Damlin was whack. And then went to rap. And then the rest is history. And then, like, growing up, I always say I was raised by Jay-Z, and then followed the journey of Guru, because it's like, who's this Guru that gets mentioned on the track? And then found out that he's this mix engineer, and I think it was on Blueprint 2, on the song called Blueprint, right? I think it mentions Guru on the song as well, and I was like, okay. And then finding out that Eminem mixes his own songs as well. I'm like, what's this mixing thing as well? Try to understand that. And then, yeah. And then we've all recorded, being recording engineers, right? Before we became recording engineers, because to record the songs on the radio, put the tape cassette in, rewind, press play, and record at the same time. After you've called and made your request, and then you're waiting there for your request to come on, and then record and play. So from those days, I recognized then, I was like, okay, well, this is actually what I wanted to do, and the passion for music and learning how to play bass and all those things. Yeah, I'm rambling on, but yeah, I think accolades wise, I wanted to be like a guru, someone's go-to as well. That's one of my things. Yeah. Always dreamt of having a #1 album, and got that. So I was like, oh, that's dope. I was like, oh, that's sick. And then, yeah, just, I always say to people who want this, who want to try what we or do what we do, what is the reason behind it? Because if it's for the fame and accolades, it's the wrong reason.
Just stop today.
Because you won't get it. It's a thankless job.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not worth going into it for. And typically the guys who go into it for that don't last long because, yeah, like you're saying, it's a thankless job. You are the last person to ever get acknowledged. But you're also the person who spends probably the most time tweaking things, hiding things that nobody will ever hear or never know about this artist. And when they sing out of key, you hide all that stuff, and you never they never when they accept the awards, they're never like, hey, I just want to thank, my mixer for making sure that I sound, it's very rare. I'm sure we can count on one hand.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always thank God, my team, right? So I guess, I guess we
fall in that team.
And somebody called Charlie at the label. It's always some Charlie at the label, So
yeah. And funny enough, actually speaking about this, I think I'll share this on our pages. But I sent that to TikTok. I sent you guys of this guy.
Yeah.
Who cleaned up a vocal. That was sent to me. Someone was like, "Look, people are saying that he messed up the vocal to fix it, but what he's actually doing, it's not the original vocal. Excuse me. It's not the original vocal that he's actually cleaning up." I listened. To my ears, it sounds like he altered the original raw vocal in order. He broke it so that he can fix it and make it look like and make it sound like he's done the thing. That's what my ears, because even the EQ, the A-Bing he did, I was like, just a low pass. I mean, a high pass filter on there, and with the little bump I was like, my brother, that is very tricky. What did you guys have a look at that?
It was questionable a bit. I peeped it, but I didn't invest. I wasn't listening with a keen ear like usual. So I don't have as an in-depth review for you.
Oh, but no.
Let me think. What stood out for me on that one?
Now, let me see if I can find it. You can't download, right? It's fine. But I'll add it. I'll share it somewhere. But I think, and I'd be keen to know what you guys think of that, because if people are doing that just for the sake of clicks, and it's very weird, man.
Yeah, people are doing a whole lot, man, out there to try and and show the world that they've got these skills, which is to our detriment because it perpetuates the idea that anyone can do what we do. And it continues, the undervaluing cycle. But yeah, there's so much crazy stuff online, man. Every day you can come across a video and you're like, what are you doing? That's not that's not it. Then there's the guy, not to jump ahead, Odie, the homie who says the DAWs have sounds. It's like, yeah,
bro, it's actually insane. I want to actually play something.
Okay.
I wonder if it's gonna come through.
Yeah.
Today I was like, I found myself in a similar situation as that TikTok dude, but in the sense that I had to. So context, I did an ad, and the ad had to re-record, but it was pressed. Time was pressed, and I was like, listen, go in your car, you have an iPhone, record on the voice memo app, and send me the vocal. I think I can work with. If in your car, the car has very decent acoustics, so go record there and whatever. And let me see. I really hope that this comes through. No. Yes, your Pro Tools is. Never mind. So, anyways, Pro Tools doesn't want audio to come through anywhere else.
Yeah,
but essentially, I was like the way that the vocals, I was able to match the vocals with studio recording, voiceover, and I was like, right, I've got about 9 plugins on the channel. Of 9, running it, Clarity, Curves, Curves AQ, Pro Q, One Knob Fatter, de-esser, Fresh Air, 1176, and then output goes through the Violate EQ. The output.
Yeah.
I know Leroy is having anxiety from that.
Yo.
Yo. No, that's quite the chain.
That's when you had to work. You were working there. You had to work.
You had to earn it. You had to earn it, bro.
Like minuscule and yeah, bro, it's hectic. But I think, like you said, could I have done that in Logic and it would have sounded the same? Yes. Yes. Yeah. But I think the consensus here is that all the DAWs basically sound the same. There's no DAW it's better than the other, correct?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's you. You make it whether it's better or not for you based on how you use it, you know. Yes, I think an argument can be made that FL's clipper gives it a certain grit, but that's not the DAW itself. Take away the clipper and FL is just like, the rest of them. So it's all those things that people, I think we said it before we started recording, that because each software is just unique and different in how you'd work in and around it, it forces you to arrive at a certain place in a different manner, which then gives you the perception that, oh, when I work in Logic, I get this type of sound. Yeah. If I work in Pro Tools, I get this type of sound. But it's just, you're just working differently to arrive at a certain place. And that maybe gives the feel that. But to anybody who's starting out and you're watching this, the DAWs don't have a sound, brother or sister. That's a tool that you use and you make it have that sound that you want it to have.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And I think like what's this thing called? The perception that Ableton, Logic, FL are for producing or for music, again, is also a perception thing and a preference thing.
Yeah.
Because Leroy prefers to mix in Logic. Logic is quicker you arrive at certain places quicker. So it doesn't get in the way of the creativity. All right. Still need to fake my way around Ableton, but yeah, for me it's too cumbersome. It's like there's a lot of steps to get there, but maybe it's because it's just an understanding thing.
Is this for Ableton?
Yeah, I'm just like
you find it cumbersome. It's so intuitive, man. Like for making beats. For making beats, it's like the best. For me, it's like the easiest. I don't make beats, so if I can make a beat in Ableton, then trust me, you can make a beat too. Anybody who's watching. So are you talking about? Are you talking
I struggle on Ableton. Sorry.
Yo,
really,
bro.
Yeah.
To make beats,
everything.
I've tried making beats there. It's just I think it's the getting out of loop mode and getting into like
The
because I'm used to working
arrangement.
the arrangement mode. Yeah, I just need to be. I'm
Yeah.
used to that workflow. So now working with the loops like that is a bit. There's a learning curve there. So I'm learning at the moment right now.
Yeah, so you do that,
Mhm.
and then yeah, it's
There's there's two record buttons. I didn't know. I didn't realize up until at one point I saw a video that there's actually two record buttons. There's one for the little for the loops, and there's another record for if you're trying to record on the arrangement side.
yeah, and then
Like things
Yes.
like that.
yeah, and then adding the tracks, the different kind of tracks. I'm add a, oh, bro, it's no, it's complicated. Oh, again, I say it's complicated because just haven't played around with it. I mean, the only time I tried to make beats in there was I had a YouTube video on this on the one side, and then okay, step by step. I'm like, okay, if I had to try going there now, I'd be like, how do I do this again? Even adding
I've
auxes, sends more
yeah,
than two, because I think two is standard on the
the
channel.
default, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then adding them more is like missions.
I yo, I think when my experience with Ableton is definitely different because I had never used it. So we forced at Cape Audio, we trained both Pro Tools and Ableton. So we sort of forced the students to get into Ableton because once you get into Pro Tools, you get comfortable. So we're forced to make a song, like a full song in Ableton. And man, from scratch, never used it because I'm a Pro Tools guy, so I just was a Pro Tools guy. But I was able to make a song from in a weekend of just trying to figure things out, like you're saying, YouTube and
Yeah,
like how do you do that? How do you do that? And I found it to be very intuitive in terms of when you think of doing something,
Mm.
there's fewer steps to do it for me in Ableton, especially
Okay.
for making beats.
we'll have a look. Hey man, it was Reason and and Cubase and Pro Tools.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Reason was the beat place, like we've said before, but Reason was the place for the beats.
Yeah, no, if you've used Reason, then I would imagine Ableton would be like a walk in the park for you.
Look, I enjoyed the cables at the back of the unit and Reason.
Mhm.
Just
The
I enjoyed.
patching.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a
Yeah.
very cool, gooey thing,
Yeah, and it worked.
and it
Yeah.
worked.
And
And it worked. And it's like that's also it would teach you how. Okay, cool. Something you're not getting the sound here. Go check in the routing. Check your patching. If
Absolutely.
you're
yeah.
sending it right and
Absolutely.
everything, which is lacquer.
Yeah.
Have you guys tried Reaper?
No, so it's on my list of doors to try.
What's that
To
face?
try,
Leroy?
yeah. I have tried Reaper.
And
I thought, hey, maybe I'm getting old. So then I closed it. Um, no, I've tried it. So I use it. I was using it for recording a live performance. Um, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not
You,
there yet. I'm still learning it, but it's cool.
you gotta give us more than it's cool,
like,
right?
yeah, it's like it's cool. It's cool.
It's cool. I
Um,
was I was struggling with the routing. So what did I find? And the other thing is it was on a Windows machine that makes it a whole other thing.
Paul, yeah.
Um, so it was the routing. It wasn't as simple as I click on one and then input one is going to input one. I had to first. Did I have to add channels like Cubase or goodness me, this was a while ago. But that whole process of like basically just routing 16 channels to record, it was taking far too long than what I would like. So that's what really threw me or put me off Reaper. And I think it's like that with many other DAWs. Depending on how long it takes me to do what I'm trying to do, will determine if I'm gonna like this DAW or not. And sort of like with FL, if you want to make a beat, making a beat is as you open FL, it's ready to make a beat. You just literally click a pattern and then you've got a beat. With Reason, similar, but you have to add an instrument. You have to add your redrum and whatever you want to add. So there's that step, and then you got to select the patch, but then you're already making a beat. Logic, similar workflow. Pro Tools, let's not go there. Cubase,
Yeah,
a bit
Cubase
like
was
Pro
tough as well.
Tools.
Yeah.
Cubase was tough, but I think it's a little bit better than Pro Tools for me.
For beats. Yeah.
For beats, yeah. So with Reaper, I'm trying to record the band. The band is on stage. I don't have the time. I can't be wasting time in like let me just give me like a few minutes to figure out the routing on this thing. Yes. So then I ended up installing tracks live. I think that's by Waves. That was dead
Yeah.
easy. I just add the tracks and the tracks are already synced to the inputs and outputs, and I hit record and then I went. So that was my experience with Reaper. Yeah.
What's PreSonus on Studio?
Studio One.
Have you guys
Studio
tried
One.
Studio One?
I haven't
Thoughts?
tried that one.
I have also just a different way of working to Pro Tools. You can customize the shortcuts now though to make it behave like Pro Tools or behave like any DAW. So if you come from Logic, you can literally customize Studio One to behave exactly like how your Logic behaves, which is cool. But yeah, it was fine. It's got like a section for mastering, which I really liked. You've got like a dedicated section for mastering where it's very intuitive as well
Oh,
for
cool.
that. So yeah, shout out Studio One.
That's cool.
Remember Wavelab?
I remember Wave.
That's my guy. That's my guy, man.
Yo,
Yo,
what
Wavelab
a
6
that,
was the
that was
last
That's
I
my
used.
guy.
I wouldn't
I'm on
mind
12
Wavelab
Pro.
to master, bro. I wouldn't mind
I
Wavelab
master
for
in
mastering.
Wavelab. So I
yeah,
master
I
in
like it.
Wavelab and
Still,
yeah, still.
what are the developments there at
Oh,
that
it's
speed?
crazy now. It's actually insane. Like there's this batch processor which is a
Oh
lifesaver
wow.
because you can configure it. Then it's
Oh,
got
so
this thing
that's
called
different
watch
from back
folders.
then. Sorry, that's
Yeah,
different.
yeah, so it's got watch folders as well. If you set up a watch folder, any file that you drag in there based on what you've configured to batch process, it automatically does it. So for example, if I have a master, the final one that I've done, and it's the high res one, and I want to downsample or make different versions of it, I just put it in the watch folder and boom, it does all the exports for
That's
me.
crazy.
That's
Which
hella dope. What?
yeah, now Wavelab is my guy.
That's cool.
That's
That's
very
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool to know.
But now, is Wavelab on a subscription yet? Probably not. The bastards.
Now look, guys, Wavelab is not cheap. Eh?
No, it's not. It was never
It
cheap.
ain't.
It was never cheap
It
back
ain't.
then.
It was never
Never been on sale.
nah.
None of that.
Wavelab Vice plugins.
Yeah.
Those guys don't give a hoot about your budget.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a question for you guys. Real life situation question.
Yeah.
Client you've mastered, and client's video team says that your master is above the LUFS, and then they want it according to the stats for nerds, essentially, not like YouTube, but they says, okay, it needs to be minus 24 LUFS for YouTube. It needs to be minus 16 LUFS for Spotify or whatever. And your master sitting at minus 12, minus 10 LUFS. What do you guys do in that instance? And you don't really feel that the master doesn't sound loud. You're not playing the loudness walls. What do you guys do?
Mm. Yo, Leroy.
And still remain competitive. I would, in those cases, I normally do multiple. So if what is this? Is this like
video.
talking music? It's for
Music.
video.
Mm-hmm.
Music video. I generally would drop it down, but then I always add. So we can drop it down. We can drop it down to the specs that you want, but also keep in mind that the who's this people with the platforms that you submit on, they're also going to basically either bring it back up or bring it down. So it doesn't really matter, but I just let the client know. But I'll give them the English. Hey, bundles is depleted. I give them the deliverables that they ask for to their specs, and just keep it moving. Hey,
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
It's a tricky one. I know. Yeah,
that's rare though that they would ask you to turn it down. Usually it's like it's not loud enough.
yeah.
For
I've never
me,
experienced that before.
yeah, I stopped doing the multiple deliverables thing because I realized that the algorithm is trained to look at a specific true peak level. Once you surpass that specific true peak level, which is usually -1, it then starts to act, or it sees it as it's not compliant. So I've always just left my masters that room of like -1, sometimes -2, just so that it doesn't touch it. So when I get penalized, I'm just being penalized for loudness, but it's not actually like squashing it or turning it down per se. And that's better than exceeding the true peak value, because usually with our final ceiling on the limiter, we might set it like -0.1 or 0.5. And I can guarantee you at that point, it's definitely the algorithm is going to trigger and crush it. But if you've got a -1 ceiling, if something in the algorithm says it's got enough room, it's not too loud, then all you're really getting penalized on is being loud. So I just send one deliverable, and I've not had anyone come back to me and say there's an issue or it's been rejected because of that.
Yeah, for me, I think I haven't returned the master, but yeah, I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna turn it down and save a different version. Just be like, okay.
True. You can definitely. In that case, I would do it for the client's peace of mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, from a technical point of view, it's not. It's just it's gonna be manipulated one way or the other. They're gonna turn it up. Yeah, and I don't know if that's good because
it's an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of mixes, James, what are your mixes of this week?
Oh.
Ding.
I'll go first. There's an artist by the name of Umi. A song of hers that I heard not so long ago, produced by Mr. Hudson and V-Ron. The song is called 10 a.m. Just love the feel of that song. Mixed by Josh Goodwin, mastered by Dale Becker. Beautiful song. I'd never heard of Umi before. Song came on a random playlist, and I was like, who is this? And then, I'm like, vibe with this music. Vibe with the music. I think I'm waiting for projects. You know, when people like, where's your project? Just drop an album or something. You know?
Yeah.
But that's mine. Oh, and the reason why I like that, it's not just the songs, the beautiful song feel, but I think, the way that everything just feels there. Like I said, it's a feel thing. The vocals, the way the vocals are sitting, the instruments, it's a feel. The feel of the song is just, that's what drew me to it, rather. You guys are thinking.
Got you, got you,
I see the
got
eyes
you.
are scanning.
No, I had a song, but then I just saw now while I was looking up Umi, I saw there's Justin Bieber. He just dropped an album.
Oh,
He also got
swag.
some, yeah, swag. He's also got some bangers in there.
Hmm.
The song that I had chosen was the "Lose My Mind" from the F1 movie.
Oh, I haven't heard it. I should
Been
go give it a
jamming
listen.
that on repeat every time I get in the car. That's the first song that plays since the movie came out. I
I actually
can't
still need to
help
watch the
it.
movie as well.
Oh, you gotta watch it in
Likewise.
IMAX, bro. Watch it in IMAX. Do
Yeah,
yourself
but
a
apparently
favor
they
and
say IMAX is done now. Or is it still there?
oh, is the run finish?
I hope not.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think the IMAX run is out. When did the movie come out? Beginning of this month.
June. End of
yeah,
June.
end of
Yeah.
June. Yeah, end of June. Yeah,
It's still. I
Yeah,
guess
maybe.
it's cinema dependent now.
yeah,
Fair enough.
probably.
Midrand.
Yeah,
Mall of Africa. Come on. Do the right thing.
yeah. Do the right thing. Do the right thing, Oaks.
You said lose my mind.
Yeah, lose my mind. So Doja Cat and Don Toliver, or Don Toliver featuring Doja
Ooh,
Cat.
Okay.
that's a mean combo.
Yeah,
That's a
and she
mean
came through
combo.
hard. Yeah, she came through hard. Yeah.
I saw.
Songwriting was cool. Was cool. I mean, they're all writing about cars, so they're giving those references.
Right.
Yeah, low key cheesy, but in a cool way though. Delivery. Oh, that's fire though. The way Doja was like rapping on that thing, yo.
Oh,
She came through
hectic.
hard. And Don Toliver, as always, I'm also a fan of his, so
Sure.
he didn't falter anyway.
Hmm.
Hey, Sis Zandi. I think her name is
Hey,
what? Zandil or something like that.
yeah.
Zandi. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, she came
I don't
through.
have the mixer. I don't have the mixes
I
mixing engineers.
see
I
it's
just
Tom
have
Norris.
Tom Norris.
Tom
Okay.
Tom
Norris.
Norris.
And mastered by Randy Merrill.
Randy Merrill Sterling. Sterling
Yeah.
Sound,
Sterling
man.
Sound.
Sterling Sound.
Got all of
Those
them.
Oaks. Nah,
Got
they have all the number
all the
ones.
tenders. Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got all
Interesting.
the tenders.
I see that. Yeah, her name is Amala Zandile Dlamini.
Dlamini. Mm-hmm.
I see writing credits her, Caleb Tolliver, Grant Booten, Hans Zimmer, and Ryan Tedder. Guys, we can do a whole
Hey,
episode on Ryan Tedder's writing
Yo.
and yes.
Producing.
sure.
Yeah.
They pulled out the Avengers for this movie.
Yeah.
Yo.
For real.
And so for
Um,
us,
my side, yo, guys, I've been tied up with stuff, so I haven't listened to music. But I listened a little bit to the new Something Soweto today, so I'll use that. Shout out, Something Soweto. Man, just I don't know, they're so consistent with his vocal sound. It's just so nice on the ear. Mixer is Ross Dawkin. I don't know if he's local. I know Mike Zietzman mastered it, so he's local. So shout
yeah.
out to Mike. Mike, speaking of tenders, Mike's got a lot of the tenders locally as well for mastering.
All right.
So shout out to Mike. Yeah, it's just a great sounding, album. I think the song Deda, my friend Cliff, he used to work at Jazzworks. He's credited as, let's see, vocal engineer Clifford Machingaifa, aka Rifi. He's an artist in his own right, but an even better vocal engineer. So shout out to him and shout out to Something.
Fire.
Dope.
I know, that's dope. How do you guys feel about different mixes on a project?
How does that work? Like, do I do vocals, then Leroy does the instrumental, then you do.
No. I mean, on an album, let's say you do 2 tracks, I do 3, Leroy does 7.
Oh. I think it's a nightmare for whoever's doing QC because
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're pros, then I don't think it's that much of a deal. It's really just putting the songs together. I don't mind it. I mean, I'll gladly jump on an album with you guys. I think
yeah,
the stress would just be, will my mix, live up to
No.
your guys' ones? But it's
feel
like,
Yeah, I need to spar and get in the gym and catch up to you guys. Sheesh.
no. I would need to really work out. I think it's cool. It adds a different vibe to the mix. It's only a negative if you can notice the differences, which seldom, I think, at the higher end of the industry, you can't really notice or tell. I mean, unless something really stands out to you. I know Jason mixes have a thing, so you might just hear something and be like, I wonder who did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Leroy, what do you think about this collab? Have you collabed on like a project as well?
There've been projects that when you say collab, it sounds it's I take it as okay, so you're gonna handle that and I'm gonna handle that. But it's more of I get client will come with songs. Some songs are already mixed, and then the rest I must finish or I must do one or two. Like for me, it's always been like it's just part of the game or part of the whole thing. Also, the competitive side in me is always it kind of enjoys it because it's like let me see is my mix more banging or whose mix on this album is banging? Then I'm trying to get to that level. Same thing with producing because when your beat gets chosen for an album, you're always like listening to the album, you're like, okay, whose beats bang the hardest or or whatever. So I'm for it, but like you said, it's only when you can hear if there's a dip in the quality, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue. Um, at the same time, there's also something pleasing to having if one engineer's got control over the overall album, because then you know that the continuity from track to track would be much smoother, and you can really immerse yourself in the journey from going from the intro all the way to the last song, because you're not being you're moving with where the artist is going. Because for me now it does get a bit jarring when I'm listening. I'm with you now. I'm with the artist. I'm with you. I'm flowing with you, and then this song comes on. Then I can definitely tell the vocal sounds different. It's placed in a very jarring way, and then it sort of gets me out of the album. And then also obviously then the mastering engineer is supposed to sort of tie it all
together.
Yeah. So I'm on the fence. My 50-50. It depends on if you got all a list of mixing engineers. Let's go. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Assemble the Avengers.
Yeah. It's fun for us.
Man. Yeah, I'm similar as well. I think it is a cool thing, But again, my biggest gripe is the whole A&R thing. That's the A&R's job to say, listen, we need A, B, and C. We need the sound across the album, and then we'll need sterling sound to come through and master and bring it tie it all together. That's the job of the A&R. And I think it is fun. It can be fun. It can be a lot of fun. But I just don't think that the three of us should mix and master the songs that we do, because then that's when we use the
Nah. It's definitely it's important already when you mix the songs for you to get somebody else to master. I mean, in SA the budget doesn't always allow, so we have to sort of wear both hats. But I think it's even more crucial if the three of us are on the album, we cannot master that album. Like somebody else has to come in with a different perspective altogether.
Totally.
1,000%. And
also,
again, sorry, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, I also feel like, especially in the beginning of the career, that was when a lot of the growth would happen, because then the mastering engineer would give you notes on you can improve on this, improve on that, and I also get tips type of thing from the mastering engineer, because I always try to get in touch with whoever's mastering the album just to find out where am I at? Because like the nature of this job, you're working in a vacuum by yourself in the studio, so there's not much. You don't get a lot of chances to really find out what's happening, or you don't have like a barometer to really gauge where you're at in terms of the progress. But I was also thinking now, I also had it's similar to what you were asking, Odie. About you were asking about album. Now I was thinking along the lines of artists. Do you think it's is it becoming a thing now where artists have the guy that handles their sound? I know AKA had Robin. I know at
Mm.
one point he was floating around, but then he eventually landed on Robin, and then Robin handled all of his mixes when it comes to AKA vocals on an AKA album, that is.
Yeah, yeah. I think the artist will always have a. I don't know, Odie. What do you think?
I think
You've
they
worked with
should.
some.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think, and also again for me, it was that whole thing with that whole Guru and
Mm.
Jay thing.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
fact that Guru would be flown to wherever Jay is if Jay needs to record a verse for a feature, or Jay will wait until Guru's around or whatever for them to record. I think that's cool, man. I think that even you'll see, even with M, it's Louis Resto. One sometimes he'll play, and Mike, is it Mike something?
Elizondo, Michael
Yeah,
Elizondo.
Mike Elizondo. He'll always be, those two will always be with M. That kind of thing. It's like you can already know for the artist itself, like one less thing for you to worry about.
Yeah.
If you can have that person record and mix your vocals or your tracks, even better. Because they'll be capturing it and know exactly what they need to do and capturing it in a way and thinking about the mix the same way a director of a movie or whatever will get a DOP who's going to shoot with the thoughts of edits and bring the director's vision or whatever to life as well. DOP/cinematographer. But yeah.
Yeah, it's critical. We on the continent maybe don't really exercise that until we get to maybe a certain level. To have somebody, what I notice a lot of artists when they come up maybe with me, for example, and then maybe they get signed to Sony or whoever it is, and a label is always going to say to an artist, "We've got our people. We'll sort it out," and it's up to the artist to say, "Nah, I got here because of this person or
Yes.
those people." So I think, yeah, just an encouragement to artists, because there's always a shift. You can always tell when somebody has stepped into something new. It's not always bad, but you can always tell that, okay,
Yes.
that's not what it was like before.
Yes.
So to all artists who watch this channel, definitely once you get to a certain space, a label, trust me, 9 times out of 10, the label will always say to you, "We've got engineering sorted, we'll mix with our people." And you, to avoid headaches, because I've experienced this, and I let the artist go and say, "Yo, let them do it." Then they'll come back and say,
Back.
"Dude, we gotta do it together the next time." So save yourself a headache, and just, it doesn't cost you anything. The label won't really push back because they also want the best product. So if you tell them, "This is what got me here, got your attention, so let's not mess with something that's not broken," then they'll push back. They might insist on mastering or something, but that point
Yeah.
of it they won't touch. Yeah.
That's true. But yeah. I forgot one thing. Plugin of the week.
Thought I'd survived. Dang.
We were almost out of it, Russ.
I
We were
was about
almost.
to wrap up the episode. I was about to say let's wrap.
Oh. Oh,
I'll go
man.
first.
Okay.
Pleasantly
Yeah, go for it.
surprised by the SSL DSer. It is very transparent.
Mhm.
I love that thing. I think it's I think it's my favorite DS at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, that thing is actually beautiful, beautifully
Mhm.
sounding, and the GUI is nice. The SSL plugins, the GUIs are nice.
True.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But
that's
yeah,
true.
even this, and then the sound, right? Yeah, SSL DS for me is the plugin.
Mhm. Mm.
Is it me now? I'm up next. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Take it.
Um, okay, mine is an interesting one. So this one I found this one out of necessity. So I don't have the isotope ozone
Yeah.
license on my machine, so I only use it when I get to like certain studios. If I'm hiring a studio, then I have access to it. So so what had happened was I needed to do some mastering, and I was not in a situation I can have when I have access to a studio where I can master the way I want to. And then I came across Multipass by Kilohertz.
Yes, I know that.
That plugin surprised me very pleasantly as well. The what's the English word? The fact that I can have all of the kilohertz plugins on different bands across the entire mix or whatever I'm working on, I think that's really killer. I mean, I can compress the subs, I can put a limiter on them, then I can put a spreader on the high mids or the high frequencies, put some transient shaping on the mids or wherever. That was pretty killer when I found that out.
Hmm.
So will be my plugin of the week.
And just before you get to the rest, I like the macros.
The macros,
I
yeah,
love the
yeah, there's
macros
also
on that. I
that.
love those macros on things, and obviously assignable. But yeah,
Yeah, kilohertz came to take over the world, guys. I think I was going on about the transient shaper a couple of weeks
Yeah.
back, and man, now kilohertz on everything, you know? Because I'm gonna check out Multipass. I haven't gotten to it yet, but from what you're saying, I need some of that. For me, Oxford Inflator takes the cup. I've been doing some I've been doing some mastering. So my guy Oxford Inflator came through for me. Um, yeah, I bought that plugin. It was on special when I bought it for $79. I saw it this week on special for $9, and I'm
oh hectic.
so mad.
Is it still on special now?
Yeah.
I waited for that drop. It's now 16 on Plugin Alliance, I think.
It's now
Or Plugin
16, yeah.
Boutique.
So it's
Plugin boutique,
still,
Yeah.
yeah. So the special is still running. So if you want,
maybe.
man, such a great plugin for loudness. That enhances it, enhance knob. It really just, yeah, gives you something extra. If you go positive, it sort of does something to the low mids, and then if you go the negative values, it cleans that up a little bit, but still gives you that loudness. So for me, Oxford Inflator, for mastering specifically, I guess you can use
Mm.
it in mixing as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
One last thing before we wrap up. Last question. Um, do you guys, when you master, especially when you master,
Mhm.
run have a high pass filter sidechain on your compressor?
Depends on song, hey?
Mm.
Depends on
Generally,
song.
let's go generally.
Generally, I try to wait. Mastering.
Mm.
So I tend to, if I'm gonna, the bus compressor on my master when I'm mastering, I'll tend to go a high pass filter because now a lot of them now have the high pass filter sidechain built in. You don't have to obviously do it, but I'll probably go to about 60 sometimes, 60 hertz high pass, so that the kick doesn't interfere a lot with the obviously with the gain reduction and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Not for me, no, not on the compressor. I've got the very first thing in my chain is a Vice EQ1, and I am rolling off, I think, max till about 30 hertz, just to give me a bit more push and loudness without the crunch. So I'm not really using the side chain on the compressor itself to deal with low end. But the caveat with that is I'm probably running the compressor at 10% of the mix. I use the UAD, I use the UAD Capital. What is it called? The Capital, that compressor. That's the one that I use for mastering, and it's typically on like 10% because a little bit goes a long way. I've engaged the saturator as well, so yeah, a little bit goes even a longer way with that.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mr. Russ, do what you do best, brothers.
Let me do what I do. Ish, guys, we've been gone for a while, but we're back. That's the most important thing. And yeah, we're going to keep going, keep rolling. Life will life. But we promise to always bring in some new episodes. As though you always do, get in the comments, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, let us know who you'd like us to have on the pod. As we grow, we want to start to develop like a dream list of people to talk to and interview. So hit us up in the comments. Let us know who you'd like to see on the channel, and we will start those negotiations to see how we can get it done. But from myself and the crew, all love, and we'll see you again next time.
Peace.
Shout out. Peace out.